Start against Tatian. Ooh. So, no matter what, Tatian's going to be getting a mass discard pile banish, either Heinous Feast or Sequester, since they are, aside from Flash Fire, clearly the best cards in these packs. I think I like Sequester, although it is, like when I first saw it, I thought it was really incredible, because both of those effects are very powerful, returning up to 2 champions to their target owner's hands, and banish target player's discard pile. Both of those are really powerful, but while I've played with it, it's been difficult finding situations in which I want to actually play it. Because if I just want to banish my opponent's discard pile, I generally don't want to spend a gold in that situation. Hey, Cash Nomo, good to see you. And if I want to return 2 champions to hand, it doesn't necessarily follow that I also want to banish discard pile at that point. Hey, Al Familiar, good to see you as well. So I'm kind of leaning towards Heinous Feast or Flash Fire. I really like both of them. Sunstrike is also okay. It's a difficult choice between Sequester, Heinous Feast, and Flash Fire, though. Heinous Feast is really good in the controlling deck that wants the mass discard pile banish, but since we know our opponent's going to have a mass discard pile banish, what if we just built aggressively? I kind of want to experiment with that. Just actively build aggressively since we know we can't deny our opponent a mass discard pile banish. And instead of just going for both of us having one, me going aggressive while maybe they try and go control, I don't know. It's an interesting thought. But just having a mass discard pile banish at least means we won't lose that way. But I don't really want to pass Flash Fire, because it is a very powerful card. I think I'm leaning towards Heinous Feast, though. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take the Heinous Feast. And now, we don't have nearly as long to make our remaining picks. So thankfully, that was the first one. Alright, I'm a big fan of Crystal Golem. I think Sky Serpent is solid. White Knight's okay, Murderous Necromancer's solid if we're in Evil, which we currently are. Although I frequently found I've had difficulty playing it. I think I'm going to take it anyway, though, since we already have an Evil card. It's kind of one of my pet cards, I probably overvalue it. So either Invoke Pact or Reset. Burrowing Worm is fairly mediocre, same with Infernal Gatekeeper. Invoke Pact is solid, but so is Reset. Invoke Pact with Murderous Necromancer is pretty great. I think I'm just going to take that. Stay in alignment. All of these are fairly mediocre. We'll take Plentiful Dead since we have some evil already, and the rest just aren't great. I really don't like any of the rest of these cards. Insurgency's okay, Vampire Lord's fairly bad. We could just keep it for loyalty purposes. And I'm not a fan of Knight of Shadows. Insurgency's okay, we'll take Insurgency. Lightning Mage, definitely Lightning Mage. Breath of Life is fairly mediocre, especially since we don't have any good champions. White Dragon's okay, but Lightning Mage deals with Thoughtplucker Muse. Rain of Fire is solid, Frantic Digging is okay, but definitely Lightning Mage there. We're not taking Raging T-Rex. We could probably fit Juggernaut. We'll definitely take Wave. We might just take a draw 2. We're pretty heavy into evil. We have some controlling elements. I like Juggernaut, but I think I'm just going to take the draw 2 here. keep our draw 2s up high early so we have less to worry about later. We'll take Vilify. Very powerful card, deals with zeros, or gets demons into play. Shadow Imp is also great, but Vilify kills Shadow Imp. And Pack Alpha High King are mediocre at best. Pack Alpha is better than High King though, and Battle Cry is only okay. Card draw, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far, so we're doing good on that. Ooh, this is a great pack for us. Since we're in Evil, Roxa is really powerful. I've really been impressed with it recently, especially because of the existence of Storm Dragon and Anguish Demon. Just let me realize how powerful that Loyalty 2 effect is in Dark Draft. And Ancient Chant is obviously an amazing card draw card, and Lord of the Arena and Fairy Trickster are not great. Ooh. This is a tough one. All 4 of these cards are great and Priestess is okay. I like Ascendant Pyromancer quite a bit, but Surprise Attack with Murderous Necromancer and Roxa are really powerful. Subjugate is also great, but it's not very strong against us, so I think I'm fine with passing it. Absolve is fine, draw 2 and we like those. Dark Leader's bad, Blue Dragon's okay, Rampaging Cyclops is okay. We have 2 slow champions already. Yeah, I really don't want either of those. I think we'll just take Blue Dragon. It's a draw 2. It doesn't die to hands from below, but neither does Cyclops, obviously, but probably Final Task. I don't think we've passed a ton of burn. We have passed a decent amount. So Hate Drafting Strafing Dragon also has very real potential. But Final Task is pretty solid with Murderous Necromancer in particular. It's okay with Roxa. And it's a draw 2 in Evil. Dark One's Apprentice is great. Just a really powerful off-turn play. Gains a little bit of health. It's a good body in play. Erratic Research is solid, but we already have Heinous Feast, so it's not necessary. Rescue Griffin's okay, but it has been a little mediocre. I'm just going to take the draw 2 here. Ooh, War Priest has been so obnoxious to play against, but Wither is very powerful. I think we're going to take Wither, although I really would rather not have John have War Priest. But I think we want Wither. All of these are mediocre. I don't like Bounty Hunter because that's too small of a body. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 champions for Misguided Herald. We'd want at least like 10 or so, and we're getting late on that, so I think I'll just take Chomp. And I think I'll take Avenging Angel. We have 4 slow champions now, but that's not too bad. I think we could use some more off-turn champions. There is Abyss Summoner. There's Temporal Shift, which is okay. Temporize, which is okay. Bitten's okay. Risen's meh. Card draw, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we need at least 5 more. I think I'm just going to take Bitten. I was tempted by Abyss Summoner. I'm tempted by Temporal Shift, but meh. Draw 2, draw 2. Maybe Silver Dragon, actually. We don't have the loyalty for Evil, Wild. We're doing pretty good on Sage potential loyalty, but Revolt goes with our... what's it called? Insurgency if we want it. Mighty Blow is decent. I could take Silver Dragon instead of Mighty Blow, though. Our opponent doesn't have that many tokens that we know about. I'm just going to take the off-turn draw 2. Unquenchable Thirst is solid. I think we'll take that. We have 10, 11 evil cards. Yeah. Unicorn's okay, Demon Breach is okay, Sea Hydra's okay, Inner Peace is solid, but We have decent health gain with Vilify, Absolve, Unquenchable Thirst, and Dark One's Apprentice, and even Avenging Angel now, so I think I'm fine with this. Probably just stocking Werewolf Evict. We don't have cards for Angel of Mercy, it's also fairly weak. Same with Imperial Commander, and both of these cards are fine. And we should be doing pretty good on card draw now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So yeah, we don't have to get any more card draw. Kinda want to take Peros, but I don't think I will. I think I'll probably just take the Fires of Rebellion here. It's a decent card, deny my opponent a little bit of burn, get ourselves a little bit of burn, decent removal. We have some removal with Wave and Murderous Necromancer and Chomp and Bitten. I think I might want to get a little bit more. Inner Demon, Pyromancer, I guess. We could take Priest if we wanted to. We have the Evict. We probably can't hit Loyalty for it. Both of these cards are reasonable. Priest of Kalnor's okay, though. I think I'd rather have the Priest of Kalnor than the Pyromancer, but Pyromancer's a little bit of removal. Tough one. Essentially, I decided when in doubt, take the 0. I think I'm going to get rid of Insurgency and keep the rest. If we recycle Revolt fairly soon, we can get Insurgency and Revolt next to each other in our second deck. So that would be valuable. Cave Troll. I think I'm fine with just vilifying that and then erratic researching. We have Revolt if any big blitzer comes down, but I think I'm willing to take this chance. Get rid of that while we have the opportunity. Might be a little greedy. Hey Snokeling, good to see you as well. Forest Dweller just out there. Alright. I would like to save Roxa for Loyalty, but we don't have a better play right now. Since I do want to contest that, so I think I'm just going to play it out. There isn't any reason why I need to do Loyalty here, so I'll just play it. Yeah, first game versus Tadian. Get some chance to get revenge for him beating me recently. Get the heavy hitter out of the way first. Although it's gotten to the point where everyone has gotten so good at the game that plays in these monthlies that basically anyone can win this for sure, easily. I think I'm just gonna get rid of Mighty Blow. It's either Mighty Blow or Feint. But yeah, we're in decent shape. Our opponent's up by one card against us, but it's not the end of the world. If he attacks with Forest Dweller, alright. Interesting. Those are some big demons. Wolves. We'll just draw some cards. Thirst. Still have a ways to go before we can activate that. But yeah, those wolves are going to be a real issue. You might want to add Mighty Blow to deck 2. Oh yeah, is that one banished already? Oh right, that. Thank you. So I really want to find answers, but do we even have answers for what's going on? We don't have good answers. We don't have board clears aside from wave. We have evict, which just resets the problem. Those two wolves are going to be really obnoxious. He doesn't have anything for us. Huh. We're in a lot of trouble here. I don't know if there's any way we can come back from this one already, which is very sad. I think we're going to be forced into waving. So if we can find wave, we can let Roxa die. And then we can follow up with a Roxa Invoke Pact. I think that's our best case scenario. I think's okay for next turn, I guess. We're just gonna pass. Noble Unicorn. So we can do enough damage to kill that, and that's probably worth it. And then if we just kill that, then I think we have enough board presence. Because we have 2 damage from that, 2 damage from that, 3 damage from that. Yeah, let's start block. Then we'll do this. This. And this costs us a lot of resources. But we do have a decent amount of card draw in hand, and now we're significantly more threatening than our opponent. So he might board clear here. And we have Vilify on the bottom now. And I don't think Tatian's recycled anything yet. Doesn't look like it. So that cost us a lot of resources. But I do think it was necessary. Because we would have just continued to get further and further behind this pack alpha. A resurrection would be obnoxious, but yeah, especially obnoxious because of that guy. And thankfully, Tatian's taking his time, so he doesn't have an immediately amazing play against this. And even though we spent 3 cards, we at least get 2 bodies out of it, one of which is very powerful. And we would need another evil card to get loyalty for Roxa if Roxa breaks. But once again, we have Evict and Revolt to do that. So we'll probably rely on those 2 first, because both Invoke Pact and Final Task are pretty decent for us. Flame Spike. I really hope this isn't Feeding Frenzy, but even if it is, it's not the end of the world for us. He might just be digging for an answer. He could also have Pyromancer Ascendant, which would be really obnoxious. That's what I'm leaning towards him having. He could also just be trying to dig for Pyromancer Ascendant. So if he attacks with other things, we're definitely not blocking with Dark One's Apprentice in case of Pyromancer Ascendant or Ascendant Pyromancer. Yeah. So I think I'm just going to trade Lightning Mage here. just because I am afraid of Ascended Pyromancer, because I think that's what he's signaling he has here by doing that. So I think Lightning Mage is going to die anyway. So I'm going to gamble on this read. He might do something else because I'm doing this, but that's not terrible for us either. But we're definitely not blocking with Darkwind's Apprentice here. We definitely want to keep that one alive. Do I trade Roxa for Noble Unicorn? I think so. And that Pack Alpha is actually expended because it did put these wolves into play. There's no way of knowing it based on how it's currently showing, but Lash is fine. We take 4 damage here because I actually have 6 defense. I don't have 4 defense. So we should only take 4 damage here. Yep. And Lash for 4 damage does not seem worth it to me. Okay, he spent a gold to kill a demon. That is fine with me. We'll attack, see what happens. There's a decent chance we just evict. We could also just fire Zip Rebellion. We'll take 6 damage, we do 7 a turn, we have a lot of extra health. Maybe we just chill, actually. I think we just chill. Although, next, we take 6 damage this turn, then we take 12 damage the following turn. So that'd be 18, puts us down to 15, but he's at 15 then. I'd like to draw cards as well, though. The Recall Lash there to kill a demon token just seems so bad to me. I feel like pressuring his gold is the best option here. Because him recalling Lash, there's so many better things you could do with a gold. He might just recall Lash here, and that's fine with me. If he draws 2, he'll be at 5 cards to my 5 cards. Well, yeah, he goes up to 5, he goes down to 4, he goes up to 5. I'm trying to think of what the Recall Lash means if I were to assume that was his best play. Yeah, If we evict, we also gain back the ability to invoke Pact with Roxa, which is only okay if he just replays that. If he just replays that, we just replay this. Hey, Mr. Frenzy, good to see you. Thank you for the luck. Will hopefully comes through for us. Hopefully Tatian's not sitting on a Soul Hunter over there. That would be obnoxious. But my guess is probably just Recall Lash is what he's going to do based on his last turn. I think his hand is just full of zeros. Nothing but zeros. Yep. So we know he has Pack Alpha in hand. My guess is he might play that here, but if he does, we just Darkwind's Apprentice down one of the wolves. Swing in for 7 more, and then we... Yep, there's Pack Alpha. I think that's probably one of his only golds in hand. So I think we definitely want to spend our gold on our turn, even though we're ahead. Just because once again, I think Tatian is just 0 flooded over there. Surprise attack is interesting. Doesn't help us right now, clearly, because we have no cards in hand that are champions. But it's interesting. We could just recall Ancient Chant, but I think I'd rather just get 2 new cards. We could also just Fires of Rebellion down the Pack Alpha. Ooh, Flood of Fire, okay. That does make Fires of Rebellion on Pack Alpha significantly better, so I think we'll just take that. Draw a card, deal 7 damage to target champion. We could just play Priest of Kalmar to block the wolf if we wanted to. Yeah, I don't think it's going to get that much better. He could have Roxas Curse, though, because we didn't see that. I'm not going to do that. Nah, I should have done that. Because I think I want to spend my gold on his turn, probably just recalling Ancient Chant. But we have plenty of health, so we wouldn't have blocked the wolf anyway in that situation. It's just in case of a Blitzer or something. But we do have Revolt, so we need another evil card before we can invoke Pact and get Loyalty. Do we have anything that can deal 1 damage? Nope. We are spending our gold then, and he can recall Lash, and that's fine. There's Wither. Alright, that gives us something to invoke Pact with. And we might just do that on turn here. Oh, yep, definitely just Sea Titan, alright. Start. Ooh. We know he has a War Priest in hand. I think we'll save that for next turn. We'll just invoke Pact here. Make sure. Yep. Do I want to play Priest? I don't see much value in it. Oh yeah, we want to be able to block. He'll recall Lash first though, we'll let him do that, and then we'll play Priest. And then we'll use Priest to block Sea Titan. Yep. And there's no reason to reveal for Loyalty, even though we can, because we don't expect anything to happen to us. And now we might be far enough ahead that we might not risk spending our gold in case Tatian drew a draw 2. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how things go. Having a bunch of small things while he has Sea Titan in play does make me a little afraid of cards like Whirlwind or Hurricane. He could have Battle Cry here, which would be obnoxious, but Then that means he's not using it as a draw 2. Oh, Kong, okay. That's fine. We'll surprise attack in Avenging Angel. He still has Lash in hand. I believe the banish screen does show order but can't confirm. Interesting. Were those the first two banishes mulligans? It doesn't show that, sadly. Yeah, Insurgency was mulliganed. And Mighty Blow was banished through Temporal Shift, so I guess that makes sense. I think I want to spend my gold, because once again, I think my opponent doesn't have a way to spend theirs. We don't have a good gold spending option. Besides just draw 2, so I think I'm just going to draw 2 and gain 4 health. Ooh, Heinous Feast. I'm going to go ahead and do that now, just in case he's sitting on any recycle cards over there. I guess I could have tried to hit the Lash, but I think hitting, yeah, no gold plays. And now even if he drew a recycle card, he can't play it unless he plays like 2 of his zeros in hand that go to the discard pile. So yeah, Tatian's gotten a really bad draw, it seems. He finally drew some cards, though. We know he has mass discard pile banishes, so we don't actively want to just only go for drawing, but drawing is our best play right now, so we'll probably just do that anyway. We could chomp Wither down the Kong, but that's fairly mediocre. So let's just draw more cards. Once again, we can't rely on drawing out because we know our opponent has a mass discard pile banish and sequester. We don't know that, but we're fairly certain. But now that Tatian has drawn 2 more cards, there's significantly more chance that he'll have an off-turn play now. So we have 2 options here. We could just play Murderous Necromancer, or we could wave first. Murderous Necromancer would eat 2 of those hits and then start controlling the board, and I think I like that the most. And I think we've shown both Final Task and Wither, so we'll not show Inner Demon. And we'll just keep the demons up for now, and then we have Wave to fall back on. He does have 2 cards in his discard pile now, so he can recycle. And it is possible that we could deck out before. Alright, we're going to get lashed here, but that's fine. We'll probably just chomp Wither in response. Or we could just take 15. But I think we're just going to chomp Wither in response. We have plenty of cards. Once again, we're hoping he doesn't have Ascended Pyromancer, but I think if he had it, it would have come into play. That's not necessarily true. There's a decent chance this is just a full board clear, though. Force Mage resets. Okay. Draws him another card. We'll trade Revolt for that. Then we'll probably just replay Murderous Necromancer. Our opponent can just Force Mage Sea Titan in response though, and that's fairly bad for us. There's War Priest. There's Avenging Angel. I think I'm just going to Avenging Angel attack. I hope he doesn't have anything to play this turn. He'll probably just recall Lash. And then when he plays Sea Titan on our Avenging Angel, we can wave and then follow that up with Final Task on Roxa to clear out his entire board. Since we know he doesn't have Surprise Attack, we do have to be very cognizant of our time though, since we are at a 1 minute deficit. Oh, Shore Strike. Alright. That's obnoxious. Do we just take 7 here? What else are we gonna do? We could play Crystal Golem. Draw some more cards. Get him into a position where he's forced to spend his gold on Sequester. Kind of like Crystal Golem. I also kind of like just not giving him a chance to spend gold, but once again, I think all he would do with his gold is recall Lash. And I think I'm fine with him recalling Lash. And I want to draw more cards, so I'm going to play Crystal Golem, and I'm going to pass, I think. This could be greedy, but I don't think so. If we get Ascendant Pyromancer, that'd be really sad, but... Shadow Imp. Okay. So it's not Ascendant Pyromancer. We know he has Force... We actually do have to keep track of this. It's Force Mage, Sea Titan, Shadow Imp. Plus one more. That we don't know about. Yep, he's probably going to get back that guy, yep. We'll start. I'm just going to break a draw 2. Alright, we have tons of health. We would like to draw cards, but once again, we know he has Sequester in his deck. So I think we just Murderous Necromancer here. With Plentiful Dead. And now he can't bounce it because he's used his Sea Titan. And he can't give Sea Titan Breakthrough with Lash, which he probably recalls here. Okay. That's obviously amazing for us. Rain of Fire. Draw 2, okay. I think I want to just draw cards here. Once again, put him on the pressure where he has to use Sequester to banish our discard pile for a gold. Alright, we're through our deck, so that's important. If we can get our opponent to spend their gold first, then we have Mighty Blow potential with Zombie Token, unblocked Zombie Token. We also have a little bit of burst with Insurgency, a little bit of burst with Blue Dragon, a huge health lead, but we're low on time. So our opponent can't have Ascendant Pyromancer in hand, because if they did, they would have played it. So we were wrong playing around it before, but oh well. And we'll just use Ascendant Murderous Necromancer to kill the 5/5. But yeah, Mighty Blow is also burst, is what I was getting at before. But we're one card away from being able to deck out by just drawing cards. So if we play like Blue Dragon this turn, it forces our opponent to spend their gold on Sequester on their turn, if they spend their gold first this turn. Alright, that makes sense. Yeah, Tatian's under a lot of different pressures here. And thankfully we have a huge health pool, so we can play a little bit more aggressively if we want to. And I shouldn't have. No, I guess it's fine to Battle Pass here, because the only time we would play Mighty Blow is if our opponent's gold is down. Because we definitely don't want to Mighty Blow while our opponent's gold is up and give them a free chance to Sequester to gain 12 health and banish our discard pile. He might just sequester away the zombies now. If he does, we probably final task something. What that something is, though, not sure. Ah, Shadow Imp, that makes sense. Punished, but oh well. We could Blue Dragon down that. It gives them a chance to sequester back our 2 1s, though, and I don't like that. Yeah, I really don't like that, so I'm not going to give him that chance. And we have to realize that that is there as a blocker. What else was in his hand? Force Mage Apprentice is in his hand. Not going now could give our opponent a chance to draw into Sequester. What are we discarding? I guess we're discarding Stalking Where? No. I don't know what we're discarding. But I think I'm just going to pass here. Maybe just blue dragon. Yeah. So Tatine has to sequester this turn or kill us. Otherwise, we just go into our turn. He has to spend his gold first to sequester or kill us. Otherwise, we just go into our turn, draw a card for turn, and then draw 2 and win the game. Yeah, the clock is weird. So yeah, I honestly don't know. It jumps. But basically, under no circumstance do we want to spend our gold first this turn. Unless we're going to die, which he has to do with entirely 0-cost cards. He could also have Amnesia. We didn't see that. He could also have... Yeah, Amnesia is the only 0 that can banish our discard pile entirely. He could have other ways to banish some cards. There's Force Mage. We'll play Plentiful Dead. That Force Mage should be expended because he hasn't spent his gold. And we have the Wave of Transformation if we need it. We'll take 11 here if he gets rid of the zombie. Eager Necromancer. If we draw, we're in the same basic position. We'd be at 2 cards in deck, so drawing 1 card is a bit better. If we can get enough loyalty for enough evil cards, which Vilify is up next, we can final task. Oh no, we got rid of that too. That's obnoxious. I still feel like we just want to draw cards here. Pass. So our deck is these 3 cards. Oh, I didn't realize he still had his gold. Whoops. We didn't draw what we would have liked to have drawn. I want to get rid of Force Mage. I'm really tempted to play Blue Dragon. But once again, that puts us in a really bad sequester spot. So I think I'm just going to make guys with Vilify and pass. Once again, we could be throwing the game here. So this is definitely not guaranteed to be the right play. Yeah, I do want to. And we have to be very careful with time, yeah. So we can't think too long. We don't want another situation where we lose to Tatine in a monthly because of time when we were in a situation in a game where we almost certainly couldn't lose. Yeah, I know I can switch it off. Frequently I like to have it on. Demon Breach. Interesting. Yeah, we're just going to Blue Dragon. Draw 1 card because that's all we need. And then that puts us into a position where he has to clear us. He has to use sequester or lose because we can just draw 2. as soon as he passes. So he has to play Sequester here or he loses. He might not have taken it, but that seems outrageous to me. He might not have found it at that point, and us slow rolling here gave him the opportunity to find it, but yeah. Yeah, Tatien can definitely win any position he's in, essentially. Until he's dead, he's a threat. And what are we doing if he sequesters? Our last card in deck is Roxa. So that's really powerful to come into on. So we probably just play Stalking Werewolf and then Roxa him. But if he doesn't have Sequester, then we just win. And he has to have it in hand or recycle into it. He could also have another card that banishes some cards from my discard pile. So he has 3, 4, 5, 6 champions. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 unexpended champions. So it's a good thing we took the Heinous Feast. Because there's no way he would pass Heinous Feast. I don't remember the other cards in that pack. It was Flash Fire and... yeah, I'm not sure the other one. Alright, that's game. Good game, Tatien. You got unlucky, though, and I won because of it. Zero Flood is not fun to be on that end of.